For more on this issue and these peace talks, I'm joined now by Pakistan's High Commissioner to Canada, Mohammed Saleem. High Commissioner, it's good to have you here. Your Prime Minister helped broker these peace talks. Obviously, it didn't go the way they had hoped. What's your sense of where things stand right now?
Thank you, Mr. Kochran, for having me. In fact, the comments made by your colleague, this is a 2-week-long ceasefire. It started on the night of 7th and 8th of April. We have to be optimistic. There are a few things which I would like my audience and viewers to note. It is for the first time that the two countries, conflicting parties, particularly Islamic Republic of Iran and United States of America, agreed to hold direct talks in almost 47 years. One. Second, we also saw from 28th of Feb till 7th of April, the conflicting parties were in an actual war situation. And thanks to the mediation of Pakistan, in fact, we were supported by a number of important major regional stakeholders and international community, that the appeal of the Prime Minister of Pakistan made to the US side to extend the deadline for a 2-week interim ceasefire.
Right.
That was honored. That was a reflection of the trust both the conflicting sides reposed on Pakistan and the support of the international community. And in the tweet that the Prime Minister of Pakistan announced on the ceasefire on 7th, 8th night, it was a morning in Pakistan, it was early evening here in North America. It said that the two sides will be invited to Islamabad for a first round of talks, Islamabad talks.
Right.
Those talks happened on 11th and 12th of April. This was another major success. To get a ceasefire from war, then to hold the two parties come under one roof and to hold the talks. And as we say in diplomacy, it is not a one-time event. It is a process. And we are hopeful, as your colleague said, that there is still around 10 days for the ceasefire. And we are hopeful, and Pakistan has said on 12th of April that we will continue with our efforts, and we are optimistic.
So what we've seen, though, High Commissioner, is the president has ordered a naval blockade of Iranian ports, right? So while the ceasefire holds, the economic warfare is going to escalate as they try to inflict economic pain on each other, mostly over the Strait of Hormuz. And there are no further talks scheduled, with the vice president saying today that that's really up to Iran. So do you have any sense whether there will be another round of talks, whether Pakistan will be able to facilitate this, to host it again, or are you just in a wait and see like everyone else right now?
Look, Pakistan is not resting after having laurels or appreciation after bringing them to Islamabad over the weekend. If you see the statements by the Pakistani leadership released on 12th of April, yesterday, we will continue with our efforts. And yes, the two warring parties, they have maximalist or they have their own positions. But being a facilitator, a trusted, neutral facilitator and mediator, it is a heavy responsibility on Pakistan's shoulders to remain discreet and to do as much as possible with the support of the international community and with the trust and confidence reposed on us by the conflicting sides.
The red lines, though, that exist there for Iran to completely forsake any nuclear ambitions to the satisfaction of the United States, that seems to be an irreconcilable point, certainly at this point in time, is it not? I mean, how hopeful are you that this can be extended and resolved before the formal ceasefire comes to an end?
We hope that the ceasefire will extend, and there is room for reconciliation, dialogue, diplomacy, and agreement on whatever demands the two sides have. So Pakistan, being a facilitator in a very sensitive issue of the highest stakes for the entire globe. We are both optimistic and discreet, and we will continue with our efforts in the right direction for a better solution through peace and dialogue and diplomacy.
It is obviously a topic of very serious high-level diplomacy, and earlier today, Prime Minister Mark Carney spoke with your Prime Minister, Shahbaz Sharif. What more can you tell us about this conversation? The readout from Prime Minister Carney's office says the leaders discussed the evolving situation in the Middle East, emphasized the importance of de-escalation and a sustained ceasefire. Prime Minister Carney thanked Prime Minister Sharif for the key strategic role played by Pakistan in facilitating a first round of discussions between the United States and Iran, and underscored that the ceasefire should include Lebanon. What's your sense of this conversation from your country's perspective, sir?
Pakistan, for the last 40 days, from 28th of Feb till 7th of April, we were in contact with all international community members, including the Government of Canada, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Pakistan. He spoke with the Honorable Foreign Minister of Canada a number of times in the last 7 weeks.
Right.
Then today was the conversation between the two Prime Ministers. And over the last 24 hours, since Sunday morning, Pakistan has received in more than 80 calls, messages, telephone calls to the Prime Minister of Pakistan, to the Deputy Prime Minister of Pakistan, to the Chief of Defense Forces and Chief of Army Staff, Field Marshal Asim Munir. So we have a full support of the international community, including important countries, Canada, UK, France, European Union, Germany, Italy, Spain, the important stakeholders in the region, Egypt, Turkey, Azerbaijan,
Right.
Saudi Arabia, Gulf countries, then also China, Russia. So everybody is supporting Pakistan's efforts, and we are not going to let the country down. We will continue with efforts for peace and diplomacy.
Just a quick final point, sir. What about Israel and Lebanon? Does this need to include a cessation of military activities there?
There was a statement by the Prime Minister of Pakistan yesterday condemning the hostilities in Lebanon. So, as I said earlier, being a facilitator, I have a very tight rope to trade.
I appreciate that.
So, we have to not only look neutral, we have to demonstrate that we are a reliable, trusted facilitator and mediator, so that both conflicting sides can come and optimally utilize the path of peace under Pakistan's facilitation.
Okay. No, and I can appreciate the position your country is in trying to fill that role. Pakistan's High Commissioner to Canada, Mohammed Saleem, it was good to see you, sir. Thank you for coming in
Thank you very much for having me.
We appreciate it.